Chiefs Kingdom, rise up. Welcome into Tuesday's live show. We appreciate you watching. And of course, the way we start every Tuesday live show with a who you got. So get in the chat and let me know. Type KC for the Chiefs and type LAC if you think the stupid Chargers are going to have any shot. My name's Jace Andrews. Appreciate you watching. Tony, Brian, Golden, and DJ are in the chat. I say use USA Ability Gene? Usability Gene? I don't know how you say that. Let me know how you want me to pronounce that. Gary, Jeff KC, Tony, JJ, Gino. What's going on? Spam the chat with KCs. Let's get this thing running the right way. Let's get this going. Chris, Vegeta? I think that's what it is. I don't know. Live poll is up today as we have the Chargers and the Chiefs. Vote on that. Get it going. Erox, hi, what's up, man? USA, KC, Tony Fuentes, Brian Gales already throwing his score prediction in there. Shout out everybody in the chat. Let's get this thing going the right way. Let's get this thing going. You know it. You love it. We go from who you got to where are you watching from. Shout out your city. We're going to give everybody who shouts out their city a shout out, along with we're going to say your city on today's Chiefs Report live show. So get it in the chat, and we are going to get some shout-outs going as we're trying to pump everybody up. It's game week. It's time. Let's get going for the Chiefs with another AFC matchup. DJ, Chiefs 40, Chargers 25. Lennon Uckerman from Edmond. JJ Hackett from Hillsboro, Oregon. Lennon, Edmond, Oklahoma, would that be? I believe that's right. Yeah, big time. Tony Fuentes from Dallas. Chris Idle from Ada, Ohio. DJ from Hagerstown, Maryland. Doug Ford. KC from Phoenix. Golden Pater reviews from Brooklyn, New York City. Hey, I got some little bit of New York on. Vegeta from Memphis, USA. Chandler, Arizona. David from El Dorado Springs, Missouri. Let's go. Paul Amos from Tonganoxie, Kansas. Well, I love that y'all are shouting out your cities. I absolutely adore it. Keep doing it. And you know what I also love? Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the easy way to play daily fantasy sports, and it's really the only way that you need to play DFS, as it's the best app guaranteed. You're going to go in and make your Prize Picks because it's the simplest way. Now, how does it work? You pick 2 to 6 players, and if they're going to go more or less than their Prize Picks projection, and guess what? You can win 25 times your money. 25 times. You put in 5, you're getting 25. It's absolutely amazing. Prize Picks is the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America, and it's easy to see why because it's simple. 2 players, you pick more or less, boom, you pop it in. Your picks are in within just a couple minutes. Plus, with the Chiefs game going on here this Sunday, I'm already getting my entries in. I'm already getting going. I got more across the board because if you've been watching the Chiefs Report for a while, you know I'm more guy. I'm never going to go less. Never. So I'm going more with Patrick Mahomes. The bad secondary of the Chargers, which we'll talk about on today's show. Yeah, no way Patrick's not going for 300. You got Isaiah Pacheco, 69.5. I'm going more. I'm thinking he's getting a 70 bomb. And then here's where, again, the third one is always where I put my money where my mouth is. Because Travis Kelce just had an amazing game against the Broncos. And guess what? He's probably going to be double covered all night long against the Chargers. Well, guess what? I'm going more. I think he's going to get more than 77.5. I'm putting it. Book it. It's going to be a lock of the century. I've been playing Prize Picks recently, and I have no idea why I waited so long. The best part is, if you check out Prize Picks at prizepicks.com/CLNS, and then you use code CLNS for a first deposit match of $100, well, guess what? That's free $100, a free $100. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. Shout out to Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. All right, we got 52 people in here, and guess what? We only have 15 likes. What's going on here? What's going on? Last time we had a live show on Tuesday, we had more likes than viewers watching. Let's get that like button going because guess what? If you want the Chiefs to beat the Chargers this upcoming Sunday, then you got to like the video. Spam that like button. Let's get more Chiefs fans in here, and let's have a great time on this Tuesday live show. And you know, there's one person that wants you to like this video more than me. And you know who that is? It's the guy who has come back after he left us. But now he's back, and he's ready as ever. Producer Sam. There he is. He's up there.
I would love a couple thumbs ups on the video. Happy to be back here. Listen, like we said, sometimes it's out of our control. I missed it this weekend on Sunday, to be honest. I was sitting there, I was like, man, I kind of wish I was doing a Chiefs watch party right now. Oh, man. But now we're back at it. Live show here Tuesday. I'll be back on Sunday when the Chiefs show up to beat the absolute piss out of the Chargers, who
looked terrible last night.
Didn't look like the best team last night, by the way. Justin Herbert, I'll say, looked a little off. And I think this is definitely as good of an opportunity as they'll get against Justin Herbert to get a win. That defense played better than I expected, but the Chiefs are also a better team than the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think that's by far. The Chiefs also have a way better quarterback. This is one thing. Listen, I'm not one to crap on the Cowboys a lot, but, I mean, everybody does it, so why not? Dak Prescott is horrible. I don't know why they think he's an actual good quarterback. That's the one thing. The Broncos, or the Broncos, I don't know. The Cowboys could easily win a lot of games if they didn't have Dak Prescott as a quarterback. I will say that. Their team is decent besides him. Good gosh.
But they
have him, and they love him, and it's stupid.
So they're going to find a way. They're going to find a way to collapse when it matters the most, and it's going to be hilarious.
Get ready. They're going to win the division just to go to the playoffs and get bounced by 30 in the first round. Golly. All right, make sure you're liking that video. We're up to 27 likes. I need some more likes. Let's try and get to 30. Let's go over 30.
Just tap that like.
Tap it.
Tap, tap, tap.
Tap. It's free. It's free. Let's get to 30. Let's get to 30 right now. We need 3 more. Guess what? Just do it. Hit that 30. We need 2 more now. 28. I need to get this thing going because guess what? 30 likes. That's how many points the Chiefs may score. They may score more. You got to like it. I'll tell you what. However many likes we get, that's how many points the Chiefs are going to score this week. So you better keep liking it. Right now, the Chiefs are only at 29 points. We got 47 people in here and only 29. 32. There we go. There we go. That's a good one. 32 likes. That's good enough for the Chiefs to beat the Chargers. Chargers ain't going to score more than 30. There we go. Let's go. You know why the Chiefs? You know why the Chiefs are going to be an absolute legend this week? Because they have Charles Omenihu back after his 6-game suspension. Welcome him back to the field by typing 90 in the comments section today. Get those 90s in the chat as we're trying to welcome back Charles Omenihu with a big Chiefs Kingdom warm welcome. Spam those 90s for Omenihu getting back. 90 from Cole Kellner. Let's go.
This defensive line finally feels like it's back to, the defensive line that they expected to have going into the season.
Well, what's funny is
Jones holding out. Now you get Omenihu back on the field. They're going to wreak some havoc, I think.
Well, it's funny because literally at the beginning of the year, you thought, Chris Jones isn't here. Omenihu's not here. This line's going to suck. First game, they were fine. Mike Dana was great. And then you get Chris Jones back. They're even better. Now you have Omenihu back. And boy, oh boy, it is doing great. We got 90s coming in from Larry Jr. Bankston. We got Hayden Shepard, Tony Fuentes, Paul Amos, DJ also in the chat spamming 90. Ronnie Smith with the 90. Let's freaking go. Spam those 90s. We got to get Omenihu back with a warm welcome because guess what? We got a lot of topics to cover today, including some trade rumors, some good stuff with a preview on Chargers, plus a live Q&A. But before we get that, I've got a challenge for all of Chiefs Kingdom. You see, with the Chiefs being 5-1, I think it's time we try and get a new sub record. Let's get 51 new subs for the Chiefs' 5-1 record. It's challenge time. Let's get it going. We have 49 people in here, and I guarantee that not all of you are subscribed. Hit that button. It's free. It's easy, and it makes me happy.
I'm looking at the live sub count right now. We started the day at 46,319, 46,319. So we've actually already gained 3 since then. We're at 46,322. That means we've got 48 bottles of beer on the wall, 48 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around, 47 subs left to go. That worked. I think that rolled off pretty well.
That was nice. I need to get better at my delivery there. Lamoni Robinson's in the chat. Ed Griffin. We got Stacy Harris. What's going on, Stacy? Parker Gamer. Hi, Parker Gamer. How you doing, man? How you doing? What's going on? Appreciate everybody joining in us. We're trying to let this chat fill up in the best way to get everybody going. Spam the likes, spam the subs, spam the chat, everything you can do. We're trying to get as many Chiefs fans in this live stream as possible before we get it going. And we're going to ask some questions along the way, too. We've had some challenges. It's time to get in with a question for all of Chiefs Kingdom. And I have to know, now that Omenihu's back and your roster feels finally back to full scale for the first time all season, do you think the Chiefs are postseason ready with their current roster? If you think so, then type Y to let me know if you think it's yes. Type in if you think, no, they're not ready. That lets me know. Get in the chat. We're going to be talking about it here in the next couple minutes, along with reading some shout-outs of whoever decides to answer this question. We got Paul Amos with a Y. We got Eric Wallen with no. Tony Fuentes saying yes. Hayden Shepard, yes. J.J. Hackett. Lamoni Robinson. Hayden Shepard getting back in there with the Y. Lamoni Robinson says no for no. Anthony Boyd believes they're not ready. Stacey Harris says they are ready. James Cole believes they're not ready. Ed Griffin says almost Clyde. No. Man, you really called him out. You said there's one guy. There's one guy that's holding us back. There's one guy. Gary with the Y for yes. Let me know why, because I kind of agree. I don't know if they're exactly ready yet, but I think they would definitely probably make the AFC Championship with this current roster. I think that where I struggle to really confirm it is if they'd win the AFC Championship. Eric Wallen with wide receiver. Yeah, that's the position that I'm thinking about. Gregory with the Y. We got Earl saying in because their offense receivers aren't deep. Yeah, the receivers, I think they are deep. They're just not like, the depth is there. The just number one overall potential, not there at all. Not there. Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore. Rashee Rice has been the guy, but at the same time, are you really thinking a first or rather second round rookie out of SMU is supposed to be your wide receiver one on a Super Bowl roster? No, that's not what I was thinking. Mitchell saying, can we sign Devontae Adams? Well, maybe. I think it'd be hard just because he's in the division and it'd be a rivalry trade. There's already been one of those this year with Neil Farrell Jr. I don't know if that happened twice in 1 year. We also have Anthony Boyd with wide receiver and conservative coaching. Ed Griffin, short yardage dude, go to practice squad. DJ, they are wide receiver short postseason, correct. I think there's a wide receiver shortage. Earl saying the defense will keep them in games. 100%, this defense is amazing. And then we got Eric saying, just get McCole and Juju. We don't have time to teach the playbook. Those are cheap. I agree. All right, well, I talked about the preview. I've talked about the current roster. I've talked about trade rumors. Guess what? Our third segment, as always, is a mailbag. So the best way to do this, if you would like your question to be answered on the show, then all you got to do, 3 simple steps. Use hashtag Chiefs, type in your question, comment, concern, whatever, and then hit the enter button to send that chat our way, and we can throw you up on the screen with your photo, with your question, with everything, or you can skip the line. You can get a fast pass. You can guarantee yourself a spot on today's Chiefs Report, and guess what? You have producer Sam here today, which means you have a 60-second guarantee. Super chat, you're going to get on the show guaranteed.
Unless Jace wants to keep talking, in which case we won't be able to get there. But I do love the 60-second guarantee, and I know that Jace is going to stick to it. So wait around in the quay for a little bit, or send in your super chats, get on the show.
That's the one
I was going to sneak it in there,
and
I did it again.
I did like Smitty. Smitty, I talked about the quay with him.
Yeah.
And he was like, nowhere on planet Earth has it ever been quay. It's cute.
Well, that's up for y'all to
Well,
decide.
and then you stop.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's up for debate. It sounds better if it's Quay.
All right, use hashtag Chiefs, and you're gonna be in the queue.
You almost said it there.
You almost got me. I will say that you almost got me. You're gonna get in the queue to be a potential question on today's show, or you can super chat to skip the line. You're automatically guaranteed to get on the show. And on top of which, any super chat today at all, we're doing lemon juice shots. You can't see it because of the green screen, but we got lemon because guess what? The lime juice, well, it went bad, and I am not drinking went bad lime juice. That's funny. This one looks really weird. Huh. Lemon juice, you can't really see it at all. I'd pour one.
It's really the bottle. It's a green
it's
bottle.
Green
and
bottle.
It's just kind of poking.
Which is funny because I can't even you can't even tell there's liquid in here. Oh, you kind of can. Like really close. You can. I don't know. You can kind of see it shaking around.
That's lemon juice.
Do a super chat and we'll prove it to you when you put it in this glass. Do a super chat, you're automatically guaranteed, along with we're going to do lemon juice shots. But either ways, use hashtag Chiefs and then proceed to ask your question. Press the enter button, get it into the chat. We can put you on today's show. We got a little bit of time before the mailbag, so get those questions in. Plus, with our 3 segments today, maybe the latest Chiefs news and rumors will give you a question idea. Or maybe the Chiefs versus Chargers preview will give you a question idea. Well, you're going to have time to put those in, but you can start right now. Hashtag Chiefs, get in there and possibly be on today's show, along with a future Chiefs Report video. We appreciate all you getting in the chat. And you know what? We got 58 people in here. We got 43 likes. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling ready. Producer Sam is ready. Let's get this thing going with the Chiefs news and rumors. We're talking trade targets today. Let's do it. Chiefs Kingdom, welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. The trade deadline is approaching fast, and I'm Jace Andrews here to help you out and show you what I think the Chiefs could do, and what along with the Chiefs can do with their limited cap space. We're going to talk about it with the trade needs, the trade targets, what's going on all around the Chiefs Report here. We're going to give you everything you want on this trade deadline, all coming up on today's show. But I have a challenge for all of Chiefs Kingdom because I know that y'all have my back. But with the Chiefs' 5-1 record, I want to see how many Chiefs Kingdom members we can add to the Chiefs Report. I want to try and get 51 new subs for this Chiefs 5-1 record. Hit that sub button. It turns from red to gray. It makes me happy. And guess what? It will complete our challenge. Let's get 51 subs for the Chiefs 5-1 record. I really appreciate it if you could hit that sub button. We're putting out Chiefs content all season long. Okay, let's get into the trade targets, trade rumors. But before we do anything, let's talk about Brett Veach and whether or not he is even ready to make the trade. So, as you probably know, Brett Veach is usually quiet around the trade deadline. Last year, Kansas City actually made a decent splash. They acquired Kadarius Toney, and funny enough, that was the most draft capital that Brett Veach had ever given up in the trade deadline. Now, with the Chiefs wide receiver situation, will Brett Veach make another move? Well, we're going to have to find out today because, man, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. We're going to find out today, but I think that last question, well, that's the one I want to ask to all of Chiefs Kingdom. Will Brett Veach make another splash this year? Type T if you think trade, he's going to make one, or type S if you think that he will sit quiet and nothing will happen. Type T for trade, type S for sit quiet. Let's go into the positional needs for the Chiefs, with the first one being the obvious wide receiver. Now, it's really a no-brainer why this is number one. The Chiefs wide receiver room, although it has depth, does not have a clear number one. It does not even have a clear number two, to be quite honest with you. And this has been the talk of the season since the first game when Kadarius Toney had that abysmal two-drop game that ultimately lost the game, which is, by the way, the only loss the Chiefs have. If we talk about it, let's say this. Kadarius Toney slaps down two balls in game one. The Chiefs are 6-0 right now. Things happen, but golly, it's a no-brainer why this is number one. So let's start looking. We've talked about a lot. Let's look at what Chiefs could actually make a move for. Two of these we've talked about on the show a lot. Two of them we're bringing up once again. Marquise Brown, he's going to be coming in as a top priority guy. Speed, agility, I like what he brings to the table. You got Darnell Mooney with the Bears. They're not having a good season. Could be an opportunity for trade for him. He's a wide receiver 2 there, but has wide receiver 1 potential in the future. He's also a young guy. I like what I've seen from him. Has good hands, but does have a little bit of drop problems, which is kind of similar to Rashee Rice. Mecole Hardman could have a return for him, make a little reunion out of that. And then Kendrick Bourne, which he's a new one we have not talked about here. We're going to mention him as a potential wide receiver trade target. Considering the Patriots, well, they're not that good this year. Now, none of these are going to be a fix. I will say that right off the bat. None of those guys are immediately going to come in and be the fix that you want for this Chiefs squad. But I will say it is going to help if you get any single one of these guys. Because guess what? Kendrick Bourne, he's a solid wide receiver 3, maybe wide receiver 2 on the Chiefs staff. You have Mecole Hardman, who has been a proven success with the Chiefs. Darnell Mooney and Marquise Brown, I think, potentially could be wide receiver 1 wide receiver 1 potential here on the Chiefs. Again, not a fix, but it would definitely help for sure. I want to give the option out to you, though. Who do you think of these 4 would be the best fit for this Chiefs roster? I want you to let me know in the comment section of today's video by typing MB if you think Marquise Brown is the best, typing DM if you think Darnell Mooney is the best option, or typing MH for Mecole Hardman. Or if you think Kendrick Bourne would be the best one and probably the most likely one, well, let me know. Type KB in the comment section below if you think it's Kendrick Bourne. We're going to make this the pinned comment of today's video. All good options here, but if you want to ask my opinion, well, I'm going to say Darnell Mooney. Now, the reason I say him is, well, because I think overall he has the fit to be a wide receiver 1, but he just hasn't had the ability to with Matt Eberflus as a coach, Luke Getsy as an offensive coordinator. Yeah, no freaking way he's going to be playing well. You come in here, you put him in Reid's system, you get him with Matt Nagy, who, guess what? he's had some interest with. Guess where Matt Nagy came from? Well, there you go. I think he could fit in really, really well. That would be my option. But I think all of those would be really nice to get if Brett Veach decides to make a move. Let's go to the second positional need for the Kansas City Chiefs, and that is running back. Now, I know what you're thinking. What are you talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy sports app you need because guess what? It's the easiest way to play DFS. All you have to do is pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go more or less than their Prize Picks projection. Plus, you can win up to 25 times your money on any entry. I've been playing Prize Picks recently, and I have no idea why I waited so long. Now, players can choose from a vast selection of sports and stat types not offered anywhere else, including in-game projections after a game has started, including halves, quarters, periods, and more. And the Chiefs now, they're playing the Chargers this week. I think it's going to be an offensive onslaught, so I'm going more across the dang board. Patrick Mahomes, he's in for a 300-yard game. Give me a more on the 295.5. Pacheco, oh yeah, running game's going to get going as well. He's getting for 70. Take me on the more on that one. And then as always, I say it every time, my third one is where I put my money where my mouth is because Travis Kelce had an amazing game against the Denver Broncos, which means he's going to be double covered, which means he's going to be bracketed, which means everybody's going to have his focus on him, but it does not matter. Kelce's going for 80. I'm going for the more on 77.5. I like that. You should like it too. Or if you want to fade me and you think, nah, no way that's not happening, you can go into Prize Picks and get less. It's super simple. You pick 2 players, you pick more or less, and then you submit your entries. It's an amazing, amazing app. It's super simple. And if you go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100, that's a free $100. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay. It's an enormous selection of players and stat types. That's exactly why Prize Picks is the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. Shout out to Prize Picks. They are daily fantasy sports made easy. Okay, running back. I know what you're thinking. There's a clear drop-off in needs here because we don't really need a running back. We don't. Looking at this depth chart, well, guess what? You got Pop as #1. You got McKinnon as #2. And then you got CH, which, again, he's been a topic of conversation all year long. What the heck is he going to do? Are the Chiefs going to trade him? Are the Chiefs going to keep him? But the first question is, whoa. We have Pop. Why do we need a running back? Well, yeah, you're right. We're correct. But, it would be nice having a good backup. Or maybe a guy that you can double team with Pacheco so that you can kind of take back on his carries, have a 2 running back system. Because the goal is to have Pacheco for a long period of time. But if you're trying to go for a Super Bowl, which I know the Chiefs are, well, then guess what? Maybe it would be a bad idea to try and go out and get somebody to help with depth, to help keep Pacheco healthy, not just this year, but in the long term as well. Now, I've put together 3 options that the Chiefs could trade for. That would be a good either 1-2 punch. You could fill out that, trade Clyde Edwards-Helaire to this team, whatever you want. There's 3 options here, and one stands out among the rest, and you know which one it is. So we're going to go through all 3 of them here, and then the obvious one. Chuba Hubbard is the Panthers. Well, I don't know if that's going to happen. We've talked about him in a previous video. He'd be a backup option at best, I think, probably fill the role of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, which in that case, he'd probably get some carries. Dalvin Cook from the Jets. Yeah, that might work. Been a guy who hasn't performed well, but the Jets are looking to trade a lot of people. Why not Dalvin Cook? Or Keyshawn Vaughn from the Buccaneers. Young guy. Seems like he got some pop, got some talent. He actually kind of reminds me of Pacheco in some ways, so I wouldn't mind to have him as well. But 3 easy options, 3 cheap options. But here's the thing, and I get all excited about it, and I'm happy, and I want to talk trades with you. But the problem is with Veach, his history, and the way he goes about trades, I wouldn't expect much. It just doesn't seem like it's his type to go out and make a move, especially when the Chiefs are 6-1. Which leads me to this question. Say Veach doesn't make a move. Are the Chiefs ready to play for the postseason? Ready to play for a Super Bowl with this current roster they have? Well, then I want you, Chiefs Kingdom is thinking about the roster of the Kansas City Chiefs at this current moment. Let's go into the third positional need here, and that is offensive line. Now, again, the need drop-off here is, again, why? Because from wide receiver to running back and offensive line, it's very, very much I need a wide receiver. Running back and offensive line will be nice. Now, if you look at the depth chart for the offensive line, as we showed you with the running backs, they're pretty good. They've actually been one of the best defensive lines in the entire NFL. Donovan Smith, Joe Tooney, Crean Humphrey, Trey Smith, and Jawan Taylor. Now, I know he's been good at blocking, but dude cannot get away from penalties. Now, there's a couple options on the O-line. One of them is a trade. One of them is a signing. You could get Garrett Bowles from the Broncos, who, again, an inter-division trade doesn't exactly seem like that's likely to happen, but it could. Or you could sign La'el Collins, a free agent, played with the Bengals most recently, on the Cowboys as well. He would fit in well with this team. I think you could pop him in as a tackle, maybe give Jawan Taylor some time off, because dude is great at blocking, but gosh dang, if he could stop getting penalties, that would be nice. But, I mean, it's going to be a tough situation. We'll see if Brett Veach even makes a move. I think O-line would probably be the one that would be the last one he'd think about because of how good they have been. Again, just adding depth, adding a little situation for Jawan Taylor to not have to get those many penalties. We appreciate you watching today's video. At the top of the show, I mentioned that we're to have a challenge for Chiefs Kingdom, and I want to hit that again. Make sure you're subscribed to the Chiefs Report. We want to try and get 51 subs for the Chiefs' 5-1 record. If you're a member of Chiefs Kingdom, well, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button. We're putting out Chiefs content every single day on anything and everything Kansas City Chiefs. We appreciate you watching, and as always, we will see you in another video. Peace out. All right, we asked this question at the top of the show. I want to hear it again after my arguments. Are the Chiefs ready for the postseason with this current roster? Let me know in the comment section right now. We got Tony Fuentes starting us off with some whys. He thinks they're ready. He thinks we're ready to go. Let's get it going. Lewis with an N. Oh, there's your friend, Sam. Boomer Miller. Y for yes from Boomer. What's up, Boomer? What's going on? Lewis.
How'd you enjoy your bye week, Boomer?
Bye week, Boomer.
Bye week, Boomer. That could be a great Twitter name, like Big Game Boomer.
Yeah, that would be. Bye week, Boomer. Big game and bye week. It's the opposite of him. DJ, in, not ready. Lewis, and this offense is questionable. Yeah, I agree with you, Lewis. This offense is really, really questionable. Gary Lewis, I'm excited to see what Omenihu brings in the regular season. I agree. He really hasn't had a shot. I mean, literally had the 6-game suspension before he even set foot on the Chiefs field for a regular season game. Freaking wild. Boomer Miller with a like. What's up, man? What's up? Robert Miller says, almost there. We just need a wide receiver and another pass rusher or two. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a pass rusher, but you have to think. I didn't mention this because I'm more of a trade rumor, but I'm pretty positive Frank Clark will be a Chief by the end of the week. I would put money on that. Is there a prize picks on that? Is there a prize picks on if Frank Clark signs with the Chiefs?
Do we want to get rich?
Ronnie Smith says, we're just not ready. I mean, I agree with you, man. I don't know if they're ready for the Super Bowl. I think they can get to the postseason and play well, but I'm just concerned about that AFC Championship game against either the Bills, Bengals, or at this point, probably the Dolphins. I don't know if the offense would match up well with that. We're going to get a preview of what could potentially be an AFC Championship game here in a couple weeks in Germany when the Dolphins and the Chiefs play each other. Gregory saying why. We got Paul saying why. The offense bad. Defense barely shows up again. Defense, I am scared to say the Chiefs are overmatched. Yeah? Telling you. Tony Fuentes, tell my friends about the channel. I told them stuff. Well, I appreciate you, Tony. Let's freaking go. Rob Miller, can you imagine Sue, Charles, and Jones together? Bro, if the Chiefs got Ndamukong and Sue, I think that this world would light up on fire. Brian Gale saying key match up this week is on offense. Jawan Taylor versus Bosa. Will Bell help with blocking Bosa? Probably will, but at the same time, you also have Khalil Mack on the other side. And Khalil Mack has arguably been better than Joey Bosa this year. Yeah, it's kind of wild. This is my concern also. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Starfish? What's up? All right. Well, we appreciate you watching again. If you want to get on today's show, you can use hashtag Chiefs. Put in your question. We're going to answer you live on today's show, along with you'll be featured in a future Chiefs Report video. You can also skip the line and guarantee yourself a spot on today's show with Super Chat. It's super easy. You can press that little money button. Plus, on top of which, any Super Chat, we're doing lemon juice shots. I know you can't see it, but this is kind of funny. I like playing with that. But any Super Chat, we're doing a lemon juice shot for you. Plus, we got the 60-set guarantee.
You should do one now for the people.
Sure, I'll do one now.
I was hoping I'd have to convince you a little bit more, but I'll take it.
Chiefs Kingdom, I mean, we're at 50 likes, which is what I usually do. We get to 50 likes on the watch parties. I usually do a
All right, well then
shot,
chug.
So.
Everybody type chug in the chats.
We'll do one.
Or
Plus,
shot.
I will say.
Type shot in the chat.
I didn't fill it up all the way because they didn't deserve it.
Little baby shot?
Yeah, a little baby shot. Bottoms up.
Soft.
Oh, by the way, there you go.
Looks weird.
Tastes weird. I can't tell if lemon juice or lime juice is better. They're both bad.
I think lemon juice is worse, personally. I like lime juice a lot. Like street tacos and stuff, I'm emptying a full lime out on those.
Here, you know what? I just took one. Make a deal. Actually, I'm gonna force Sam to make a deal. You do a super chat, we'll both do lemon shots. So,
That works. I mean,
there you
I'll
go.
do one. I got no problem.
Okay, in that case, if you do a super chat, he'll take 2 shots.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, why not?
Hey! I thought I was going to have to convince you. There we go. Oh, Siri's trying to talk to me. Be quiet, Siri. Again, hashtag Chiefs to get in today's show. We got some coming in, but use hashtag Chiefs and then put in your question. We can put you on today's show. You're going to get your picture up there. You're going to get your question. And you're going to get a response from me live on today's show and on a video posted later in this week. It's the best of both worlds here. If you love Hannah Montana, we got it for you. We got it for you. Okay, let's kind of go into what is up next here, and that is going to be a Chargers preview. We're going to dive into that. Again, you can use hashtag Chiefs at any point in time, as the mailbag will be coming up just after this segment, so keep getting those questions in. But for now, I think it's time. Let's get going here on this Chargers preview in 3, 2, let's get it. Chiefs Kingdom, we appreciate you watching today's video. On today's show, we're going to take an in-depth look at the Chargers, along with the keys to victory for the Chiefs, and I'm going to give my score prediction for the Chargers versus Chiefs in this upcoming Sunday's matchup. Before I do that, though, I would appreciate if you like the video, because guess what? If you want to beat the Chargers, you're going to have to like that video. Do not be the jinx. I know who likes the video, and I know who doesn't. And if you don't like today's video, and then the Chiefs lose on Sunday, well, I'm going to come after you. So just hit that like button. It's free, it's easy, it supports the channel, and best of all, it helps the Chiefs win. What's going on, Chiefs Kingdom? My name is Jace Andrews. We appreciate you watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. We're going to talk all through this Chargers versus Chiefs matchup. And first things first, well, let's look at this matchup with the favorite, with a total over-under. Plus, it's back at Arrowhead. You have a game at home for the second week in a row against a divisional matchup with the Los Angeles Chargers. It's a good week to be a Chief because, boy, oh boy, another home game is always super, super happy. Well, the first question we're going to ask on today's show is who you got. I'm not going to give you my arguments. I'm not going to tell you who's key. I'm not going to tell you the entries just yet. I want you to go purely based off what you think. If you think the Chiefs will win, then type KC. If you think the Chargers will win, then type LAC. I can tell you right now who's going to win, so you better start spamming the KCs, because I'm going to submit my argument here, but we all know Chiefs Kingdom's got this one. Spam those KCs. If you have LAC, fine, go ahead, put that in there too, and let me know why. Let me know why you think they're going to win. Let's start looking at the Chargers' key players. Now, there's a long list here because they have some key guys, and honestly, they've got pop at a lot of positions because there's 5 guys on this list, but there's one guy that's an obvious miss. Now, Justin Herbert as a QB, boy, he did not look good a couple of nights ago against the Broncos. Did not look good. Well, maybe he looks good against the Chiefs. We don't know. Keenan Allen was wide open a couple times. It just makes no sense. But again, Herbert just absolutely looks incredible in terms of how he's played this season. But there's just been times where he looks a little off. 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Both of those interceptions, by the way, coming in the past 2 weeks. One against the Chargers, and then one this past evening against the Cowboys. There you go with that. Maybe the Chiefs can force another. The next key player is Keenan Allen, along with Austin Eckler, to finish out the offensive side of things. Keenan Allen, well, he's a guy who can really break deep. He can go under. He can do a lot of things. Kind of a gadget guy in terms of wide receivers. Eckler, back after his injury, didn't get up to full speed against the Cowboys, but probably will be up to there against the Chiefs. And the defensive side, you got Khalil Mack, who has been a sack actual wreckage. Like, this man has been in the backfield every single game. Asante Samuel Jr., who had the interception to secure the victory against the Raiders 2 weeks ago. And the guy that's not even mentioned on this list because, quite frankly, he's good. We haven't had time to mention him. Joey Bosa. He's on there as well. This offensive line is going to be in for a tough day, as it's probably their biggest challenge to date. Now, the offense is run by Kellen Moore. If you're thinking that name sounds familiar, it's because he used to be the Cowboys offensive coordinator. And, well, he was hired this offseason by the Chargers to fix the running game woes was the main thing that he stated in his press conference that he wanted to fix. Well, he's kind of done that because last year they were 30th. Now this year they're 18th in rushing yards per game at 106.4, and that is without Austin Eckler. They had Joshua Kelly. They're 5th in passing and yards per game with 259.5, which is kind of obvious right there just because you have Justin Herbert. He's a toss-it-deep guy. But I mentioned in the key players, they have a ton of weapons, but yet this offense hasn't really done anything crazy yet. In fact, their best game was against the Dolphins in Week 1, who they lost to. Barely scored over 30 points. Kind of wild if you ask me. With that, I kind of got to ask you this question. Give me a score prediction for the Chiefs versus Chargers, because, again, their offensive weapons are there. It's clear to see that the talent on this Chargers team, well, it reaches what this team needs to potentially come in and beat the Chiefs. But they haven't performed that well. So give me a score prediction for the Chiefs versus Chargers game coming up this Sunday. Get in the comment section of today's video and let me know. Let's go to keys to victory for the Chiefs, and that starts with the defense holding strong. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? I mean the defense holds strong and plays well, just like you can play well by going to Game Time and getting your Kansas City Chiefs tickets on the Game Time app with the lowest price guarantee. It's the easiest way to buy tickets and the only way you need to go for Chiefs tickets, for Kansas Jayhawks tickets, for Kansas State Wildcat tickets. That's the only place you need to go. They've got tickets to not only sports, but they got music, they got comedy, they got theater, everything in your area. You don't have to worry about going to any app or any place besides Game Time. You're going to get the peace of mind when buying tickets there with their best price guarantee. And along with that, their app is super usable. You're going to get a picture of your seat. You're going to get flash deals, zone deals, everything under the sun. Well, guess what? The Game Time app has it. And on top of that, we have a special deal for Chiefs Report watchers. In fact, 2 special deals. The first one is $20 off if you use Chiefs Chat when you redeem code in Chiefs Chat in the Game Time app. There's also a second thing we are doing today, and that is a free $50 Game Time raffle. Do you want free money? Well, then enter the Game Time raffle today. Download the Game Time app, open the redeem code screen, and redeem code Chiefs Chat for $20 off. Screenshot that, send it to me at Jace Andrews _ on Twitter, and you're going to get entered into a raffle for $50. Free money. Send it to me. That's $70 off your first Game Time ticket. That's enough to go to the Chiefs game. Boom, right there. Or Kansas Jayhawks game, Kansas State Wildcats, whatever you like. Boom, you're going to get it. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code Chiefs Chat for $20 off your first purchase. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHIEFS CHAT Chiefs Chat for $20 off. Download Game Time today at the last minute with the last minute tickets at the lowest price guaranteed. Again, $50 to the people who can send me a screenshot of that Chiefs when you're going to enter into a raffle at Jace Andrews _ Send me that screenshot and you're going to get entered. Let's go into the Chargers defense Chargers offense, because guess what? It's going to present a forcible opponent for this Chiefs D. In fact, it may be the best talent-wise offense that the Chiefs have faced all year. They're high-powered. That's the easiest way to put it, to be quite honest with you. But at the same time, this defense has been absolutely incredible. If you look at the best defenses in the NFL in terms of points per game, Kansas City ranks second behind San Francisco by only 0.2 points. 14.7 for the Chiefs, 14.5 for the San Francisco 49ers. The Buffalo Bills right behind them at 14.8. Then you got the Baltimore Ravens and Cleveland Browns, who people believe Cleveland Browns are the best defense in the entire NFL. Well, they got to start showing the Chiefs some freaking credit, because boy, oh boy, this defense is good. Plus, it just got an extra member added back onto the squad who played for San Francisco last year. Charles Omenihu is back, baby. Guess what? You got an extra edge rusher onto this line. And to welcome Omenihu back onto the field, I want today's chat to be filled with 90s. So, if you're here, you're watching, do me a quick favor, go scroll down and type 90 into the comment section to welcome Omenihu back onto the field. We really appreciate it. And also, it's going to make Omenihu play 10 times better. Welcome Omenihu back to the field. Type 90 in today's comment section. Okay, and the next seeded victory we're going to have is to go off Mahomes. Now, why go off Mahomes? He's Mahomes. Obviously, he's going to go well. Well, it's because of this Chargers passing defense and their secondary. They rank dead last in the NFL with 289 passing yards per game allowed thus far in the 2023 NFL season. Not good, dead last. You have Patrick Mahomes, although he may not have amazing wide receivers. He's got a bunch of them. Well, it may be a good game for Mr. Patrick Mahomes. He's already got over 1,500 passing yards on the season, 11 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions with a QBR over 70. Yeah, Mahomes is about to have a good game. I don't think you could worry about that. With a bad secondary, get ready for another game of Mahomes' career that's going to absolutely pop off. The third key to victory is to call a good game. And if you're wondering, why call a good game? Why is Andy Reid's face up there? Well, because I didn't really like the play calling versus the Broncos. There was gadget plays at interesting slots. There was interesting decisions at a lot of times that just didn't make sense. And now, this isn't just on Andy Reid. It's on Matt Nagy in terms of how he schemes the game. But Reid is the one calling them. He's the one calling them in the situations, along with Mahomes, who really, let's just say, did some inopportune things at some inopportune times. Now, maybe I'm alone here. Maybe this play calling wasn't as bad as I thought, but let's ask all of Chiefs Kingdom. Well, that's you. Were you happy with the play calling of Andy Reid this past week against the Broncos? If you were and you think I'm off base, then type Y for yes. Or if you think, nah, he was good, it was just some kind of silly plays he was trying to implement, didn't work, he overall called a good game, then type in for no. Okay, let's go to the fourth key to victory, and that is to distribute the ball. Now, this is because, well, the secondary of the Chargers, as I mentioned, is not good. So there's going to be people who are wide open throughout the entirety of the night. Now, here's the top 4 wide receivers in terms of targets in 2023. Rashee Rice, Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, and Justin Watson lead the group. Rashee with 28, yeah, a rookie leading the squad. But guess what? Travis Kelce and Isaiah Pacheco are the ones that are leading in terms of a tight end. And then you have Pacheco as a running back with 19. Pacheco's not a receiving back there. Why is he having 19 targets? On top of which, Justin Watson is not going to be playing this game, most likely with that dislocated elbow. Distribute the ball to the wide receivers. TK is going to be really crowded all night long. I would assume Trav will be bracketed, along with maybe double covered throughout the entirety of the night. Probably going to have Asante Samuel on the slot on the outside, kind of moving him around. It's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. So, I don't know. It's going to be weird. I think Kelce overall, let's hope he gets more targets, but distribute the ball to wide receivers, please. Now, I asked you a little bit ago to give me your score prediction for the Chiefs versus Chargers. Well, I'm going to give you a second shot here before I give you mine. Let me know in the comment section below after I presented my argument. If you have not put your score in the comment section, do it right now because I'm going to give you my score here in just a second. But let me know, the Chiefs versus Chargers this Sunday, 3:25. What is your score prediction? Mine is 24-17 with the Chargers losing to the Chiefs. In Arrowhead, I think the Chiefs' offense is still yet to get going. I don't know if they're going to score more than 24 points. I got to be quite honest with you. Because every time I think they're going to score a lot, they don't. So this time I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to think they're going to score 24. Maybe they'll score 30 in spite of me. That's the hope. The defense, though, they stay absolutely powerful as they allow the Chargers just 17 points, which, by the way, the Chiefs are still the only team in the National Football League to not allow a team over 22 points. The most they've allowed, 21. Pretty dang good for a Chiefs defense. All right, sub for dubs here on the YouTube, on the Chiefs Report, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. If you subscribe, guess what? You're going to get more Chiefs victories. Hit that sub button right now. It makes me happy, and it grows the Chiefs Report, and it grows Chiefs Kingdom. But that does it for now. Peace out. Let me know. Give me your score prediction for the Chiefs versus the Chargers. Get it in the chat right now. Kevin Sims, 24-10. Tony Fuentes, 24-8. Or 28-24, excuse me. Ugh. Cole Kellner, true. Throwing the ball at Pacheco will help him get D off balance. It will. But at the same time, I just don't like that he's... it just makes no sense. It makes no sense why he has that many targets, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. Tony Fuentes with a 28-24. DJ saying Chiefs 40, Chargers 25. I like that score. Cole saying 24-13. Brian, you spilled a neck pedal. What? Again, you get your score predictions in the comment section. We got Carl coming in with 31-13 Chiefs. Producer Sam, what's your score prediction? You're going to be with us this Sunday since, you don't hate us now.
Never the case. Let's go. Let's say the offense rebounds, and we're going to go 31-20 Chiefs. Barely over.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to bet the over in that game. I just convinced myself that it's going to be over. Good on me there.
Well, let's be honest, Sam. Were you ever not going to bet the over?
Well, even if I thought that the under was going to hit, I wasn't going to bet it.
Correct.
It's against my moral code.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this.
We do. You've discipled me well. I like Morris. Way better than
It's the
Wes.
apprentice. The apprentice is finally becoming the master.
Oh, okay. What am I producing?
You want to give it a go? I won't stop you.
I'm good. I don't think I would do well with that. All right, get your Chiefs questions in the comment section right now. It's your last chance to get into today's Chiefs report mailbag. Again, hashtag Chiefs, or you can skip the line with a super chat to get on the show. Just get in there. Let me get some Chiefs questions. Let me know, because overall, there's some interesting topics we've talked about on today's show, but I want to know what you want to talk about. I want to know what y'all want to know, because, again, this is about you. This isn't about me. I want you to be a part of this show. I want you to be with us here on the Chiefs Kingdom, and I really want to kind of interact with you. Earl, you're coming in saying playing calling has been atrocious. I know Andy Reid was toying with the Broncos offense, but these dumb trick plays, he was just playing funny with them. Well, but we need to start putting teams away instead of having them hang around. Yeah, I agree, but there's a difference between playing the Broncos and playing the Chargers, the Dolphins, or somebody with a little better of an offense than what the freaking Broncos have. It was just kind of fun to kind of do around with them. I mean, the Broncos suck. Like, let's just put it, that's putting it lightly, to be honest. They would be the worst team in the past decade. Good gosh. They're not good. All right, last chance, and then get in those hashtag Chiefs, or you can skip the line with a super chat, and you can even do it while the show's going on. Yay! JJ Hackett with a $5 super chat. Thank you for your donation, JJ. We really appreciate you. Your question will be on today's show, and we're going to hit a lemon juice shot for you right now while I put you up on screen, and I'll start to answer it for you. Should the Chiefs trade for Marquise Brown because he's a speedy wide receiver and he has speed like Tyreek Hill? Well,
So, Jace, take your lemon juice shot.
Oh, yeah, you can.
JJ, hold that thought, because this is going to be the first question on the mailbag.
Bang.
This is what happens when you win a super chat. If you send in a super chat, you can be the second question up, but shout out to JJ Hackett, and Jace is going to, that's called a little tease, a little behind the scenes in the business for you there. We're going to tease that around the corner. How's that lemon juice shot taste?
Not good.
There we go. Shout out to JJ.
Thanks, JJ. A little tease. I'm getting teased with these lemon juice shots. I like that question, though. Marquise Brown is definitely the top trade piece. Him and Darnell Mooney, I think, are the two that the Chiefs should be looking at if they're not already. Don't know why they wouldn't. Again, use hashtag Chiefs or super chat to get on today's video. Golly, that freaking does not feel good. Need some water.
Worth it.
Oh, 100%. 100% worth it. Gosh. Sweet. Okay. All right, well, if everybody's ready, let's get going here on the mailbag again. You can keep putting in hashtag Chiefs. JT will be the first question because of his absolutely legendary super chat donation to the Chiefs report. But you can keep putting in hashtag Chiefs for a chance to be on today's show. You're going to get in the queue, Sam, the queue.
Yep, get in that quay. Get on the show.
All right, let's get going with this. We're going with your questions here on the Chiefs mailbag right now. What's up, Chiefs fans? Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. My name is Jace Andrews, and on today's show, we're going to be answering your questions that you have sent in to us. And the first one comes from my man, J.J. Hackett, who sent in a $5 super chat, who is, of course, going to be our first question for his legendary donation to the Chiefs Report. He says, should the Chiefs trade for Marquise Brown because he is a speedy wide receiver and he has speed like Tyreek Hill. Well, JJ, I love that you brought that up because guess what? Not only does he have speed like Tyreek Hill, he has speed better than Tyreek Hill. I looked up there 40 times. Marquise Brown has a 4.27 40. Tyreek Hill, 4.29. Now, I know that was probably the 40 time this past year for Tyreek Hill, but guess what? Marquise Brown is faster than Tyreek Hill. Marquise Brown's the new Tyreek Hill, right? That's how it is. That's all I'll say. I love Marquise Brown. I think he would fit great with the Chiefs' offense, and I really, really want him on this team. I'm just so concerned that Brett Veach is going to sit on his hands again and be an absolute wimp and not pick up anybody. That's my concern, but I 100% agree with you. If the Chiefs get a receiver, the first option should be Marquise Brown. The second question of the day we're going to get from Tony Fuentes, a legendary member of the Chiefs Report, says, are we ready to sign Frank Clark, or is it not necessary? I don't know if it's necessarily necessary. My bad there. If it's necessary, but I would say it's going to help out this team for the simple fact of, guess what? It gets you more depth on that defensive line. And I've mentioned it. I'm going to mention it. I'm going to mention it every time someone brings up Frank Clark. And I'm sorry if it gets old. But he may help keeping Chris Jones in this upcoming season. They're best friends. And who doesn't want to keep playing with their best friend? Chris Jones may actually stay with the Chiefs next year for a little bit of a pay cut. We'll have to see, though. But I don't think it's necessary. Definitely would be a good option, though. We got DJ Dale Webb coming in here from a question saying, trade for Juju. Jeez, it's the return of everybody. I swear, if the Chiefs somehow end up the season with Juju, McCole Hardman, and Frank Clark, I don't know what the league would do. The Chiefs just finesse the entirety of the league. I don't know if Juju's the correct option just for the simple fact that he's not good in New England, and there was a report before the season that his knee could explode at any moment. Yeah, no, I don't want that. I don't want a guy whose knee could explode. I don't even know what that means, but I don't think it's worth it to trade for him. If you're going to go for any wide receiver on the Patriots, why not try for Kendrick Bourne? I like him a lot. He could fit in well with this offense, but I think Juju could also do well. I just don't see that as a possibility. Let's get another question rolling here from Steve O. How do we fix the wide receiver issue with no cap space? That's a problem. Yeah, that's the issue at hand is, well, guess what? We don't really have the cap space for that, bud. There's not really a way that the Chiefs can go out and pay somebody. Now, in terms of targets, there is a plethora of them. Rashee Rice has had the most, a rookie, which is exactly why we're talking about this right now, because there's no clear wide receiver one. The guy who has the most targets get drafted this year. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. There's trades that can be made. Marquise Brown, Darnell Mooney could both work out on this team, especially if you trade away a pick. And maybe Clyde Edwards-Helaire, there's some money that's going to the other team that you won't have to worry about. It could work. Also, and on top of which, Justin Watson with 17 targets, he may not play this weekend. Probably won't with that dislocated elbow. So that takes away another one of your wide receivers. This is your wide receiver targets, though, and I have to ask the question, is it going to be solved internally? Like, is Brett Veach going to say, no, you know what? Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, and Kadarius Toney, they just have a slow start. They're going to work out. Just give them some time. Well, then if you think that's going to happen, type I for internal fix. And if you think there's no way this team can be fixed without a trade, then type T for trade. Let me know what the Chiefs can do to solve their wide receiver issues. Maybe it's internally. I honestly think it's with a trade. Let's go to the next question from Carl Bailey, saying, Bourne could get a lot of attention from defenses opening up the offense. I agree. I think it could be nice to grab him. Kendrick Bourne, I mean, overall, it's one of those things of, is he a guy that's going to be your ace? You're going to wide receiver one, your clear guy? No, but his speed, agility, he's going to take the eyes of the defense with him. So, although I don't think he's the first one that the Chiefs should target in terms of wide receivers, I do think he should be on that list. Why? Exactly your point. He is fast. He's going to get a lot of attention from defense, and he's going to run that deep route that, quite honest with you, I don't know who runs the deep routes right now. Rashee Rice runs the unders. Kadarius Toney runs the unders. Justin Watson, who is now injured, was the only one who ran really a deep route all year long. He had two passes that were above 20 yards, dropped one of them and dislocated his elbow. The other one he caught in an amazing fashion against the Vikings. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I think Bourne could definitely be a good option. Let's get this question in here from Nick Yates saying, trade Jawan Taylor and a third-round pick for Scary Terry and a fifth or restructure Jawan Taylor's contract. So here's the problem with that. I would agree. I would love to have Scary Terry. Terry McLaurin would be awesome. The problem is the Commanders are good. The Commanders may not trade Terry McLaurin because they may actually be playoff bound. Now, I don't know if they're going to win the division because they're going to have to go through the Cowboys, but at the same time, who else is in there? The Giants? I mean, you can beat the Eagles. I think you can beat them. I don't think they're as good as they really have played, even though they've signed Julio Jones. Don't get me started on that. But I think that they're not going to trade. They're not going to trade him yet. I just don't think that it's really the option just yet. You know what is an option, though? Prize Picks. It's the easiest way to play daily fantasy sports, and it's the way that you should put some money on the Chiefs game this weekend, as it's the easiest way, again, to play DFS. It is going to take your viewing experience to the absolute next level. You can choose from a vast selection of sports and stat types not offered anywhere else, and you can even pick in-game projections not offered anywhere else, which include picking games at halves, quarters, periods, or more. With Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers instead of battling thousands of other players. With pros and sharks, you just pick more or less than 2 to 6 on more. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. Now, how do you play, you ask? Well, you just pick 2 players. You pick more or less on their Prize Picks projection, and then you can choose to either play flex or power play. Which flex, if you get 2 right out of the 3, you're still getting some money back. If you pick power play, you get all 3 right. You can get up to 25 times your money if you go all the way to 6 players. I like the 3 option, and I like the power play option, and that's what I'm going to do this Sunday when the Chiefs take on the Chargers. And if you aren't doing more, well, you aren't living. Patrick Mahomes is going for 300. Book it right now. I'm going more there. Pacheco, he's going for 70 on the ground. Book it. I'm going with more there. And then Kelce, he's had a good game against the Broncos. He's going to be double covered. He's going to be looked at all game long. But guess what? I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift will be there. So, yeah, I'm going to take the more on that. Whenever his girl's in attendance, he's going to put on a show. I'm taking the more, 77.5. Yeah, I'm going more. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. A free $100. Again, go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a $100 first deposit match. Shout out Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. Let's go back into some questions here, as Know It All has one saying, are the Chiefs Super Bowl ready with the current team? I like the question because I think it's one that needs to be talked about. Now, the thing that we're going to have to look at in this argument is what other teams are in the AFC that could challenge the Chiefs. So, well, I think there's 5 teams that could go there. There's Kansas City. There's Miami, who are both 5-1. There's Baltimore, who's 4-2. You have Jacksonville with 4-2, and then Buffalo, who is also 4-2. The top AFC teams right there. Who could beat the Chiefs? Maybe the Dolphins, but guess what? We're going to get a preview of that in just a couple of weeks, as they are going to take on each other in Germany in Week 9. We're going to have that for you. So, hey, that's going to be a preview of possibly the 2 best teams in the AFC. But guess what? Right now, you only got to focus on one thing, and that's the Los Angeles Chargers. Hit the like button today. We need 300 likes to beat the Chargers. If we don't get to 300, we're going to lose. I'm going to tell you that. We got to get 300 likes. It's free. It's quick. It's easy. It helps us out, and it helps the Chiefs out. We need 300 likes to beat the Chargers. Go smash that button. It's the easiest way to support us, and it's free. Who doesn't like free? Let's go back to some questions here. Lewis Cutbirth saying, who you going to release to sign Clark? Because they already have to make room for Omenihu. Yeah, I don't know. I got to be quite honest with you. In terms of who you release, it's probably a depth piece on the defensive line. Maybe go with a depth piece in the linebacker room, because if you have Nick Bolton and you have Drew Tranquill, well, technically Clark is a linebacker by trade. Maybe you just release a depth linebacker piece, trade away a linebacker piece. There's a way you could do that. Maybe get some draft. You know what would be a good idea? You trade Clark away, You trade a depth linebacker piece to get a draft pick, and then you use that draft pick to go get Marquise Brown. That's how you do it. That's the way to be a GM. Brett Veach, listen to me. Do that. Sign Clark, trade away a linebacker spot to go get a pick, and then use that pick to get Marquise Brown and Darnell Mooney. I'm a genius. Let's go. Next question. DJ coming in. Trade for Russell Gage or Mike Evans? Okay, well, the option here is Russell Gage because Mike Evans, that contract is not going to work. Russell Gage's contract, that could work. That could definitely work. I would like to have Mike Evans. He was the original trade target we talked about, but the further we look into his contract, the further we look into how much he costs in terms of trade capital, and with the Buccaneers being a decent team this year, I think they'd be willing to trade Russell Gage over Mike Evans. So that's just my opinion, but who knows? Maybe it happens. Let's go here from Vlog Time saying, what do you think of Charles Omenihu? Well, I think he's a really, really top-level edge rusher. I think he's a guy who's going to come in and immediately show his effort and immediately show his presence on this defensive line. I'm hoping he provides a feudable attack on the left side of the defense. That's what I'm hoping here from Charles Omenihu in this upcoming week. Then Go Noodle Rock. Man, Go Noodle. Well, clap to you, man. We appreciate you. Happy that your mom is healthy and happy. Shout out Go Noodle and shout out your mom. We're really happy for you. And, man, praise the Lord. Next one here, or actually, I think that's going to be it. I think we got no more questions. We appreciate you, Go Noodle. That'll be it. We appreciate you watching, and that does it here for the Chiefs Report. Peace out. Yeah. Yeah, we can probably. Ugh. My nose started to clog up anyway. All right. Can the Chiefs solve their wide receiver issues internally? I had a pause. You can probably just pop it right there. Yeah. Get your I's or T's in the chat. Tony Fuentes starting with a T. T from Tony. T for Tony. Tony the Tiger. By the way, did anybody see how I became Brett Veach right there and showed him exactly how to make these moves? I'm a legend, bro. Listen, I don't hype myself that much, but I'm pretty proud of myself. You trade a linebacker depth piece, you get a pick, you go trade that for Marquise Brown. Boom. Just give me the ring right now. Tony Fuentes, will the Chiefs trade a decent player? Yeah, they might have traded. Football player has T. Hey, Gary, Guide C Bud. Gary Holland, football player, says T. DJ with T for trade. I agree. I don't know if this internal Brian is the only one with I. So, man. We appreciate everybody who's been on the show today. It's been a grind of a show. Been excited. We've been pumped. We took some lemon juice shots, which, by the way, I realized something. JJ sent in a super chat, and by me forcibly making the deal, someone still owes us a lime juice shot. Someone needs to pop back on the screen and do a lime juice shot. Here, I won't give you too much. I'll just go fill up a glass.
Oh. How kind of you to remember. No, you can pour a full one. Okay, that's a full one.
I was about to say, it's full.
All right. Well, cheers to y'all.
That's the guy who's taken a shot before. Don't show that to Sam Brown's mom.
She won't care.
Oh.
My mom doesn't like me. I'm kidding.
I'm sorry?
I'm kidding. My mom loves me and I love her.
You don't love your mom, Sam?
I said I love her.
I'm cutting that.
That's a. I'll tell you what.
I think the lemon juice is getting to you.
That wasn't as. That didn't slap me in the face as much as it did the other day. I think I'm almost trained for it a little bit. So thank you for that. I think.
Well, I think it maybe disproves your point about lemon juice and lime juice. I think lime juice would be worse.
Well, I think if anything, I'm just thinking of all the weakness that's leaving my body because it's just the pain that's the lemon shot is causing. It's just all weakness getting pumped out of my system.
What? Producer Sam, everybody. Yeah.
It's true. It's true. That's how science works.
That's how science works. Quote it. Put it in the. Put it in a book. I don't know. What do you do?
The Smithsonian, maybe.
I was gonna put in the. What's the famous art museum in France? The Vogue.
The Louvre.
The Louvre. Put it in the Louvre. Hang on. Put it in the Louvre. All right, well, we appreciate everybody watching. I'm so glad you had fun with us today. We're going to be live for the Chargers game this Sunday, me and Sam, as he decides to join us. We're happy for that. We're happy. We'll welcome Sam in. Now that he's way older than me. He's 25, gosh.
Way older
Ugh.
was not. You didn't need to say way. Everyone knew I was old.
Oh, you mean like que? Where que?
That's, maybe where I got inspired.
Yeah, well, you're way older than me. You're quite older than me. We appreciate you watching. That's going to do it for me and Sam today. We appreciate you joining us. And yeah, we'll see you on future videos along with our watch party this Sunday. Chiefs versus Chargers at 3:25. We'll go live around 2:25, 2:30 area. So make sure you join us and hit that subscribe button right now. Hit the notification bell. That way you know when we go live. You're going to get an alert 30 minutes before. That way you can join us for all our fun antics. As if it's me and Sam, you're always going to have a good time. We appreciate you watching. And for now, peace out.